Yo, what's everybody? GameTutz TV here, and welcome to episode 81 of the Zitutmagos RuneScape Iron Man series. And today, as you can tell from the title, we're going to be doing a bit of a different video, at least when it comes to the standard of this series. Conventionally, most of the episodes, well, actually all of the episodes, have been just kind of like standard progress videos where we just just do random shit on the account and record my progress. However, today I kind of want to do kind of like a, I don't want to say a retrospective type look, but I kind of just want to talk about my account, some of my future goals for the year, because currently it is January 29th. 2021, and I kind of wish I made this video a little earlier because we're like a whole month through the year, but it is what it is. I was working on episode 80 and I wanted to finish that before I started this, so yeah, here we are. But I want to run through my bank as well as kind of lay down some goals I have for like PVM and skilling and just things I want to accomplish on this account over the next 11 months. Not necessarily going to put any of these in stone, I guess, as far as like if I don't get this done there will be, I don't know, consequences. But at the same time, these are definitely going to be goals I'm going to start working towards throughout the series, because a really fun thing about RuneScape, or old school RuneScape I suppose, is kind of setting goals for yourself and knocking them out, because RuneScape at its core, for me at least, is a very accomplishment grindy driven game, if that makes sense. Just slowly working towards and accomplishing your goals that you set, whether that's to get a 99 or get a certain drop from a boss. That's ultimately gratification from doing those things is what makes this game awesome, and that's what makes this game so addicting. I've been playing this game since like 2005 or 2006, and I've been playing old school RuneScape since it came out in 2013. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into my account. We are max combat. We're sitting at 2215 total level. We got 368 million total experience. Fun fact, I think I have like 360 mil on my main account, which is maxed. So yeah, we have ourselves all of the diaries except for the Kandarin Elites. The only thing staying my way from the Kandarin Elites is the good old Barbarian Assault rolls, and I think it's kind of funny that I'm sitting here at the bank. I was just doing some Barbarian fishing. I didn't mean for that to happen. Let's see, music tracks. Nobody really gives a fuck, but I believe I can easily get the music cape if I tried, and perhaps we'll add that to the list of goals that I'll talk about here in a second. None of this stuff really matters. I'll go ahead and run through my bank quickly. So shout out to these caskets I'm going to open up in episode 82, lol. Currently sitting at 1.62 bill bank value. It has been sitting at that for a long time, actually, and I've gotten like a bunch of big drops as well. Like I got an imbued heart, I got another armadillo chest plate, but nonetheless it's still remained at 1.6 bill, and I'm guessing the prices have been fluctuating pretty high. I haven't played on a main account in literally years, so I don't keep up with the GE and the prices of various things, but it doesn't really matter. Bank value is kind of worthless on an Iron Man, because there are certain items that literally cost nothing that are really important, as opposed to some items we get that are really expensive that don't really do anything for us. But yeah, this first tab is just like our achievement diary stuff. It's kind of random, yeah, just basically a lot of like temporary shit that I'm gonna use and get rid of. Like, for example, caskets, I'll open those. Totems, I'll use those, like uncharged or low charged jewelry, shit like that. This should probably go, oops, this should probably go in here. This should probably go in here. This should probably go there. Look at me moving this shit. Let's just go tab by tab. I don't want to take forever on this because my bank's not that fancy. This was my farming slash like daily tab. Like I used to do herb runs, tree runs, birdhouse runs. Don't really do that shit anymore. I don't know, just kind of fell out of it. Don't really see the need to do it. We got our scroll book. Let's go ahead and take a look. We've got quite a few teleports in here. Yeah, like if I were to take them all out, I'd be interested to see how much I have as far as like value. That'd be kind of, you know what? Hold up. Let's do that. That'd be fun. Hold on one sec. Okay, so let's do a price check. We've taken all of our teleports out, and we have just about 10 mil in teleports. Anyway, let us resume. We got all my runes here. Yeah, 60,000 blood runes. Kind of nice. I've never done Theater of Blood, so I don't have to worry about like Sanguinesti staff or Scythe or anything else that really drains my blood runes. This next tab is like my skillin tab. You know, we got all our ores. That's probably the only thing in here that's legitimately useful because we still need to finish off smithing. But yeah, pretty high total stack. That's kind of cool. Shout out to the Inferno. We love the Inferno. This is our food tab. You know, we got a fuck ton of food. I'm never gonna run out. Like, I don't have a bajillion, you might think, when it comes to food, but you know, thanks to like the SGS and like doing a lot of like casual Slayer, I never use food. Like literally, I never use food. This is my Herbalore tab. We have a pretty good stock of potions, so I don't usually have to worry about doing Herbalore. I am running pretty low on prayer potions, but it's fine because I have like 600 Ranner weeds, and I have probably a fuck ton of Ranner seeds in my seed vaults. But yeah, we have like random secondaries and stuff, and like, you know, in the next year or 2 years, whenever I run out of like super combats or some shit, I'm sure I'll just, you know, make some more because I accumulate a lot of herbs from doing like Slayer and stuff. This is probably the biggest tab. What do I mean? It is the biggest tab. Clearly, it's 1.1 bill. This is my armor tab that I use for all of my PVMing. We have God Wars completely finished. We have pretty much all the Slayer drops completely finished. Unfortunately, we don't have much when it comes to raids. We just have a Buckler and Elder Maul, but we got like a God Sword set, which is cool. We have all of our Zamorakian spears. Clearly, as I just said, I was completely finished with God Wars. Let me think, what are some cool items? The Arcane Spirit Shield is really awesome. Infernal Cape is sweet. DFS is kind of a flex low-key because Avisi is just really rare regardless of how you look at it. Yeah, the meat and potatoes are all right here. These are all the really big items. Enchanted Trident in the Swamp, that's really awesome as well. 2 Fury ornament kits. We got ornament kits on our occult necklace and our Anguish. Would love to get Torture and Bracelet ornament kits, but perhaps one day. And like once we get past like this row, it's just kind of junk. These are all of my skill capes, and I have them arranged in the order in which I got them. So my most recent 99 was construction, for example, and then the first 99 I got was fire making. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, this is just a bunch of crap. We got all of our Barrows items. Not completed when it comes to all of the Barrows drops, so kind of an interesting thing of note. We got like some Guardian boots, Devout boots, random crap. Ooh, I have a hard clue. Didn't know about that. Let me go ahead and put that at the front of my bank. And then this next tab is like items I need for like niche clue scroll steps and like other various things in the game. Basically just items I wish I could drop, but if I drop them, I'm gonna face consequences. So luckily, I cleaned out my bank thanks to the update where you can store clue scroll items in your house regardless of whether or not you've completed this set. That saved me a fuck ton of bank space, let me tell you. But yeah, really not much else to say. 5 bottomless compost buckets, I guess that's somewhat significant. We got 3 total champion scrolls. Yeah, and then this last tab is like my PVM trophy tab, if you will, or just like various non-rare loot from Slayer. I say that, and we have like Big Asian Crystal, but whatever. We got all of our jars here. I believe, what are we missing? I think we don't have like a jar of sand. And there's actually a ton of jars in the game. I don't really feel like naming them off. But yeah, we have 9 jar of dirts, which is just ridiculous. They're like 1 in 1,000, and I have like 4,000 Kraken kill count. No pet, by the way. As you can see, we have a total of 6 of them. My favorite pet, I don't really have any pets, in my opinion, that are a huge flex. Because like Zora is super common, Thermi is super common, like Slayer pets are pretty common. I really would love the Hydra pet, but I hate killing Hydra, and we already have all the items from it, so I'm probably never gonna kill it again. And we got fucking 2 jars. But I'd say my favorite pet is probably the Prince Black Dragon. We got super lucky on it, like 300 something kill count, but it's fucking cool ass dragon. Yeah, I mean, what's not to love? These are just some other random things. We got 10 Basilisk heads from Basilisk Knights, and we finally got our Basilisk Jaw in last episode. And then these items are just things that I want to collect. I can't use them. Probably never will be able to use them. I'm never going to get a second pair of Ranger boots, you know. We got like Malediction shards. Got a funny little arcane prayer scroll. This thing is ridiculously priced. Yeah, 900k. Like, what the fuck? Don't really worry about prayer anymore because of getting 99. And then big flex for me is all of these rune items that I've gotten from Slayer. And one day I am gonna have to alch them, especially if I want to go for like 99 smithing and have to spend a lot of money buying gold ore. But for the moment, I'm just kind of stacking them up. There's a bit of a charm for me when it comes to like looking at 600 rune full helms. I don't know. We got like our abyssal dagger. I don't really think it's usable because it kind of sucks. Otherwise, I'd put it in here, but we'll just keep it in here. We got all our staves. Smoke battle staff, cool shit. That's one of the few Slayer bosses one of the few bosses in the game we've completely finished. We have all of our DK's uniques. I do not kill DK's anymore. I finished all the drops, and I already have 99 Slayer. And as much as I love DK's on my main account because the money was really good, don't really enjoy it on my Iron Man. We have like some shitty God Wars dungeon uniques like shards and Sarah swords, cult necklaces from doing a lot of Slayer. And then this bottom part is just like a hodgepodge mess of just random crap. Shout out to the Ale of the Gods. It's like my favorite item to wear in the game because it's like cool as shit. But yeah, that's pretty much my bank. I'll go ahead and get into the collection log because that's kind of a fun little thing to look at. This is one of the few bosses. We'll just go from the top. We'll just kind of run through them pretty quickly. Sire is completely finished at 766 kill count, which is cool. Hydra, save for the pet, is completed at 1400 kill count about. Barrows, we just need ourselves the Carol's leather skirt and the Guthan's plate body. We'll be finished with that. I have not run into the Master Clue step, therefore I've never bothered with the Moss Giant boss. Callisto, I hate this thing, but I would love to get the Tyrannical ring at some point. Cerberus, save for the pet, is finished at 487 kill count. Very lucky there. Chaos Elemental, I mean, come on, this boss is shit. Chaos Fanatic, I haven't bothered with really any of the Woolly bosses, to be honest. Ziliano is completely finished at very lucky 320 kill count. Corp, we do have, as I touched on, the Arcane Sigil, 313 kill count, pretty nice. I do kind of want to come back to Corp, but my 2 cents on Corp, the problem is the Ellie is 1 in 5,000, Spectral is 1 in 1,000, Arcane is 1 in 1,000. It's really high drop rates, and it takes forever to kill Corp. You can only kill like 4 to 5 per hour, and the odds of me getting something are really rare, and especially the odds of me getting something that I don't really want are super high, because if I'm going to get a Sigil, the odds are I'm going to get either a Spectral or an Arcane, and I don't want to dupe Arcane, and the Spectral doesn't really do anything for me. And like, personally, I don't think it's really realistic to camp Corp for an Ellie. I mean, look at Curtis, he camped it for literally years, and I just don't think I have it in me. Touched on it, never really done anything with the Crazy Archaeologist. I do have a Fedora, though. The drop log is not 100% accurate because I've been playing this account for a while now, and I got some drops before it actually came out. DKs is finished, save for the pets. Fight Caves, I do not do Jad anymore. I do all of my Tishar tasks in the Inferno. Gauntlet, I have never done. I'll touch on that here in a minute. Grardor is technically completely finished. I have all the drops, 434 kill count. We have 2 Bandos boots, one for the Master Step and one for the Guardian boots. However, a second Bandos hilt is something I might go for. Because there is a Master Clue step that requires a Bandos Godsword, and I could build a stash unit. So that's something to think about. Giant Mole is useless, I don't bother with that. Grotesque Guardians, I just need the Granite Hammer, and then I'll be done with that, which is nice. Sporia, I don't really kill that anymore. Inferno, I love doing the Inferno. Unfortunately, I only have like an Armadillo crossbow. If I did have a Twisted Bow, I'd probably have more Zuck kills because it's not hard with the Armadillo crossbow, but I've gotten a lot better at it. But yeah, really love doing the Inferno. KQ, I mean, really no reason in killing it. KBD, one of the few bosses, again, that is completely finished. I didn't get my Visi from it, but, you know, I don't kill KBD anymore. Kraken, we got our 10 Kraken Tentacles. Once again, it's another one of those situations where I got the drop before the drop log came out, but we do have the Enchanted Trident, as I touched on before. Fortunately, 43, about 100 kill count, did not get the pet. Not a big deal, though. Not too pressed about it. I do have it blocked, so I'll probably never kill this thing again. Kriara is finished at 856 kill count. I think it's the most by far of any of the God Wars dungeon bosses. Didn't get the pet. It's a sick pet, though. But we got like some pretty spicy uniques there. Krill is finished as well at 419 kill count. We got 3 Zamorak Spears. We've got 2 Zammy Hilts, one for the stash unit for the Master Clue, which is awesome. I suppose we could potentially go for a second Staff of the Dead, so we have a Staff of the Dead and a Toxic Staff. That is something I might think about. I don't know. Nightmare, I only have 1 kill count. I did it right when it came out for 1 just to say I've done it, but I have no idea how to do it, but that's something I'll get into in a minute. Obor, useless. Seractus, we got the Cudgel. I don't really like it. It's really good for clue scrolls, I guess. Scorpia, never really done it. Skatizo, pretty high kill count. The pet is like 1 in 65, and we have 66 kill count. But I have a totem in my bank, and that might be the lucky one. You never know. Thermi, another boss that I have completely finished, which was cool. It took me 1300 kill count to get the occult necklace of all things. Venenatus, similar to Callisto, never done it. Every time I try and set up the safe spot, it never works, so I say fuck that thing. Vedion is finished though, save for the pet, which is cool. We got the Ring of Gods randomly on a Slayer task we got. Vorkath, I absolutely hate it. It's trash. There's really no reason to kill it. I mean, yeah, its resource drops are worth a lot of money, but in general, they're not that useful for an Iron Man, and I'm not pressing over the Skeletal Visage, nor am I stressing over the Dragon Bone Necklace because they're both kind of trash. Wintertot, you know, we did that early on. Zolcano, I did like 81 kills in like 1 day and then never really came back to it. And then Zora, of course, shout to the 2 pets. One of them we got exactly on 1,000 kill count. It says I haven't gotten the Serp Visi, lol, but, you know, Zora on an Iron Man, you pretty much just have to kill it at certain points so you can get your scales up, so I don't want to say we'll inevitably get a mutagen, but, I mean, you know, this is only going to slowly go up. Raids, unfortunately, I've only done, less than 200 of them, and we have our Prayer Scrolls, which is nice, but we only have an Elder Maul and a Twisted Buckler, 2 pretty shit items. Like the Elder Maul is kind of useless. The Buckler's not bad, though. And I've never done Theater of Blood. Clue Scrolls, we've done 7 beginners. They're absolute trash, by the way. Those hot and cold steps they make them like undoable, plus like fuck it, they're beginner clues. I get a lot of them from skilling though. 188 easies do not have the flared trousers. Those are pretty big. 197 mediums, we got ourselves those ranger boots, which is awesome. Do not have the Bando's cloak though, which is a big item I need. 548 hard clues, and just like I don't have the Bando's cloak, I'm sure you can guess, I do not have the Bando's plate body either, and it's kind of impossible to grind for, so that sucks. But yeah, fuck ton of hard clues. Decent amount of elite clues as well, 183. No third age, no gilded pieces on the account. And then we got 51 masters. I really want to get the torture ornament kit. That'd be sweet, as well as the tormented ornament kit would be kind of cool. And I don't know. Oh, okay. Yeah, these are all the shared things. What? I've gotten 200. Oh, yeah. So a reason why some people are curious as to why I really am obsessed with firelighters. I have the Phoenix, and they added an update where you can use firelighters on the Phoenix and you'll be able to change its color. And so I really want to get the white Phoenix because it looks fucking sick. but I need 250 firelighters, and that update came out only recently, and I was originally dropping firelighters because they're pretty much useless and I wanted to conserve bank space, but as of now I am starting to keep them. And then this rest of this shit is pretty much useless. I have all of the like skilling armor sets that I need, except I do not have the rogue outfit. And then this shit, like, whatever, who cares. But yeah, those are pretty much, that's like the basic run through of my account, I suppose. And now I kind of want to get into some of the goals. And for those of you who are still watching, y'all are troopers. I'm going to put some straw polls in the description of this video, I think, just to kind of get a gauge on some questions and some, you know, I guess immediate plans or some of the goals that I should shoot for quickly. So I want to begin with some of my skilling goals. And so if you look at my stats, I'm currently not that far from a max cape. What am I, like 62 levels off, 2 and 277. But honestly, like, in my opinion, there are the big three that are the extremely slow and somewhat tedious 99s to get, which are rune crafting, agility, and mining. If you take those out of the equation, I just need 99 thieving, which is, you know, everybody knows that's a really easy one to get. It's really fast. 99 fishing, which I'm going to get definitely very soon. 99 wood cutting, another one that's incredibly AFK, and I'm currently in school, so I spend a lot of my time, you know, doing it on either mobile or just AFKing because, you know, it's redwoods, you know. And then smithing, which is kind of an one. It's not too difficult, but it's pretty quick, thanks to the blast furnace and stuff like that. But I would like to get all of those in 2021 to 99. And the only one that would be somewhat of an issue, I think woodcutting might take a while, but that's one I could just kind of get passively. Once again, there's things like mobile and stuff. Smithing, it won't be too hard. Might have to spend a lot of time buying ores, and that might cost a lot of money, but as you saw in the bank, I have a lot of resources that I can alch. So on top of getting all of those to 99, I would like to get all of my like big three to at least 90. So 90 rune crafting, 90 agility, and 90 mining. And potentially not one I think I want to shoot for, but maybe just an idea would be getting one of these to 99 this year. And I think I would have to kind of like designate one and just kind of go for it. I think if there was one, agility is the fastest, right? Because I have maxed before, and I plan on doing the same methods on my main that I did on my Iron Man, which was blood rune crafting, which is only like 40k an hour. The Ardone rooftops, I believe, which is like 55k an hour, and then Motherload, which is like what, 40 to 50k an hour. Like it's really slow, but I'm not sure which one I'll do. Perhaps I'll make a straw poll in the description, yeah, of which one of the big three you think I should go for. But that's not necessarily a goal I think I'm keen on right now, but definitely getting 90 plus in all three. And also I would like to finish up the Kandarin Elite, aka just get level 5 in all rolls, which is something I can like literally do in a day. But a question I do have, and I will make a straw poll about this, I believe it costs about 150 mil to leech level 5 through like the BA services and stuff, and that is not against the rules. And a question I have, obviously don't really need duplicate items on an Iron Man. There is a small chance, I guess, in some crazy world where you could like die and lose one, but that's really unrealistic. And so I want to put in this straw poll in the description on whether or not you guys think I should drop trade some of these items, because I don't essentially need any of these, and I can sell them all for, yeah, like 240 mil. And I can use a lot of that money to, not only for bonds, of course, but also just to knock out the Kandarin Elite. Personally, I hold a lot of sentimental value in these items. I don't know, I think it's kind of cool to have like a high bank value and just to look at my bank and see a bunch of fucking, you know, where have you seen anybody have like more than one Armadillo chest plate, right? Like, I don't know. To me, it's stupid. I know I've talked about it a lot, but it's, you know, I hold sentimental value pretty high, I guess. But yeah, those are kind of like my skilling and miscellaneous goals. Now some of the PVM goals I have, and I want to start with some of the more easy ones. I would like to go for all of the Wildy boss drops. That means all of the rings from, I think I just need Callisto and Venenatus, which is interesting because I've never really killed any of those on this account. I would also like to get all of the shields, or both of the shields, which I think would be really easy. Just killing Scorpia, the Archaeologist, and the Chaos Fanatic. And I think that's pretty much it, right? Those are all the Wildy drops, I think. I don't think I'd go for the Chaos Elemental Pet, even though it is pretty common. That thing's just a bitch. And then also thinking about, I touched on it earlier, maybe going for a second Bando's Hilt for that stash unit. I believe they added in the private God Wars dungeon rooms for Iron Men, I think, which is really awesome. And also possibly going for a second Staff of the Dead, so I can have a standard one instead of just having the Toxic Staff. That's not one, that's similar to getting a 99 in one of the big three. That's not one I'm potentially setting in stone. I would also like to complete Barrows. As I touched on, I just need 2 of the items, which potentially could take forever, but at the same time, I mean, it could be something I could knock out in a day if I'm lucky. I would also like to finish off all of my Slayer uniques, which is cool because I love doing Slayer, I love doing Zuck tasks. That's like my favorite thing in the game right now. But I only need 2 items. I need an Eternal Gem from a superior monster, and then unfortunately I need a Granite Hammer from Grotesque Guardians. And then some other things I'd like to do that are kind of simple, I guess, would be I would like to grind for the flare trousers if I get the step. So once I do likely inevitably get the Master Clue step where I need the flare trousers, I'd like to just kind of sit down and just do a bunch of easy clues and try and get it. It is really rare. I know like Mr. Mammal did like thousands, I think, and it took him forever to get it, but I'm tired of running into that. Plus, you know, it's a completionist thing. And also, if I get the other master step, that is what's it, like Bryo Fighter or whatever, like you have to kill the Monster Giant boss, I would definitely like to grind for that once I get that as a step as well. Unfortunately, the Bando's Godsword, Bando's Plate Body, and Bando's Cloak one is really hard to grind for, because I'm not going to sit there and try and grind for hard clues, because you can't really get them nearly as fast as you can get like an easy or a medium clue. And also, I mean, I do a lot of hard clues as is, and I haven't gotten the Bando's Plate Body yet, which is pretty unlucky considering I've done like 550 of them. But yeah, so some of the more advanced PVM that I would like to start doing and start learning, I would love to learn Theater of Blood. I've never ever done it before, so I kind of want to go for like maybe like 100 kill count or something, or get a couple uniques. I think the 2 big ones I would want would probably be the Vernic and the Sanguinesti staff. Rapier obviously would be great, Scythe would be great, Just Assured, whatever, but those are like the 2 that really stick out. And you know, it's a piece of content that's been out for like 2 years now, and most Iron Men my level with my stats and stuff like that have done it. And I mean, there are low level Iron Men who do it, which is pretty crazy, and you know, it's kind of embarrassing. I don't know how to do it. Also, I would like to learn Nightmare as well. Another piece of content I've just never bothered with. It's not been out for too long, what, like a year maybe, but yeah, I want to learn how to do it. I mean, the drops are, you know, I think they're pretty good, right? Like the oh fuck, what's that item called? I don't remember what the armor though, and also you can get like that Inquisitor, I think it is, yeah. Like you can get the Inquisitor mace, which is really good. You can get the Inquisitor armor. I don't know much about the orbs, frankly, but another, once again, similar to TOB, it's just another piece of PVM like endgame content that I've just never done, and I would like to learn how to do it. And then a big one would be Chambers of Xeric. I've just been really lazy with it, and I'm currently like 173 kill count. I'd like to try and push for maybe like 500 by the end of the year. That'd be nice. You know, just get like a couple uniques. Obviously, a Twisted Bow would be an absolute game changer, but Kodai wand would be nice for like the Inferno. You know, of course, like Dragon Claws are cool to have. Dragon Hunter Crossbow is amazing. Ancestral, I mean, Raids is probably the biggest PVM content that you can do. on an Iron Man, and I just haven't done it that much. And I've tried. I would love to learn how to solo raid, and I think it's definitely something you just have to trial and error, similar to like the Inferno. But I don't really like doing raids, and you can kind of get around doing solo raids by just doing it in a team. It's not that much, less efficient. But that is something. I mean, if I'm gonna do 500 chambers kill count, I would like to think that I'll try and get better at doing solo raids. But the very novice level experience I have doing it is it's not fun. But I mean, to be fair, the Inferno was not fun. Well, I really enjoyed it, but the Inferno was pretty rough at first as well. So it's one of those things where you got to keep doing it, and eventually you'll get better. And then kind of the last PVM goal is to try and do the Corrupted Gauntlet. That's another piece of content never done before. It's been out for a minute. And the blade is the big thing, which I believe is like best in slot slash. That'd be a cool weapon to get, but honestly I just kind of want to learn how to do it because it looks pretty fun, right? And like a lot of people enjoy it, and it's just another thing for me to do, another new thing for me to do in a game in which I've played this game for almost 8 years now. We're coming up on the 8th birthday of OSRS, and it's kind of embarrassing that I don't know how to do all the freaking PVM bosses, especially since I definitely have the gear for it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I have a notepad that I want to keep, or I'll probably set it up in like RuneLite just to keep notes of this stuff. And I'm not sure which one I'm going to go for right away. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to lay the groundwork and just make this video early on in 2021. Maybe in the future I'll make these. I mean, it's hard to tell because it's a yearly thing and a lot can change in a year. But with the COVID pandemic still being pretty prevalent here in the United States, I'm spending a lot of time inside, so I've been playing the game a lot more. And yeah, I will leave a few straw polls in the description. Please vote on those. I would really appreciate your feedback as well. Leave your nasty, dirty little comments. Shout out to Nightmare H. And yeah, I'll see you guys in episode 82. Thanks for watching as always, and please stay safe and have a great rest of your January.